You know, kiddo, the thing about fishing...
Oh good, a metaphor. You might want to once in a while, just say what you want to say.
Well, you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
A metaphor about why he speaks in metaphors. Nice.
See, the thing about fishing is you need the right bait and the right rod.
I thought the thing about fishing was patience. That's what you said last time.
Well, patience ain't pertinent to this particular metaphor, kiddo. We're not fishing for trout. We're fishing for shark. Shark that's likely to slither through the front door any minute.
Could you please just stop with the metaphors and tell us what the bait is in the story already?
Who? Not what. Your mother.
My mother? Mom's bait?
Like shark to blood, bad things are coming for her. It's instinct. They're drawn to her because of who she is and what she can do. They sense how important she is, and they want her gone.
This is about Grandpa again, isn't it? It's always about Grandpa.
It's not about him as much as what he left behind. My brother passed his gift on to Ami, and she'll pass it on to you.
Great. Mom's bait and we're stuck like lobsters in a trap. My head's hurting from all the metaphors. I need my life to be simple again. So, who's the fishing rod in this story?
Isn't that obvious?
Hi. Updated. Quick access inventory. Quick access inventory updated.
usually whispers to me, like the wind. In places like this, she screams. I spent a long time running from my family and my past, my powers. I'm done running. We need to find out why the Earth is screaming.
We got a few live ones out here besides us in the schoolhouse. Damn lucky. Or unlucky, depending on your point of view. Take Eleanor Franklin. Keeping to herself in that empty Addams family mansion for years, stewing on bad blood. Sure as hell doesn't like the sight of me and my kin. Or anyone else for that matter, unless it's a cat. Damn shame. I hear she was a ray of sunshine in her day. But most everyone involved with that mind never comes away quite right.
I rebelled against pretty much everything in my teens. I abandoned my roots, got married, moved to town. I don't know what I was trying to prove, but I suppose I just wanted to get out from underneath all the history and tradition that I felt was weighing me down. The only thing I proved was that you can run away from everything around you, but you can't run away from who you are. It's just a matter of time until it catches up with you. I'd gotten married to the wrong man for all the wrong reasons. Bill didn't take it well, and it got pretty bad. I had to take Kyra away from all that. This you have a destiny business can be a heavy load to carry. You probably know that as well as anyone. All the expectations, it's not an easy thing to live up to. You end up disappointing everyone, yourself included. It's not like any of us ever asked for it, yet we get defined by how we live with it, what we do with it. Sometimes, it seems unfair that you can't just be, I don't know, normal. I tried normal. It didn't really work out for me. My husband disappeared a few days before the fog hit. He always used to pull stunts like that, go on binges that lasted days. But I'm obviously more worried about him this time. We're not together anymore, but I worry for Kyra. She loves her dad very much, and I know she misses him. Even if she doesn't let on, she's deathly worried. I can only hope that if we come out on the other side of this, he'll be there waiting for her. It might be over between us, but I don't want my daughter to grow up without her father. Whatever Bill's faults, and there are many, he always treated Kyra right.
Apparently Mom's some kind of Wabanaki superwoman. Who knew? Okay, so she was always obsessed with rituals and traditions. Dad couldn't take it. Made him so mad, my mom and him kept fighting over it. I thought it was just superstition. I guess there's a lot more to it, and she started teaching me about all that stuff. It's pretty cool. I suppose I just have to trust she knows what she's doing. Red says I'm next, that I'll inherit her gift. I really don't know what that's supposed to mean. I'm not sure I want to inherit Mom's gifts. I hope at least I get to learn a hex or two. There are some boys in school I'd like to place a hex on. Oh, wait. That sounded really bad, right? A few more weeks of this, and I'll even be ready for that fishing trip upstate my uncle's been threatening to take me on. All I have to watch is what I brought with me when we came here to stay with Uncle Red. And anything with zombies or werewolves is off limits. I just can't get into a story that has a pretty girl falling for a hot vampire anymore. It feels very wrong. And there's nothing to read around here. It's either Russian authors and poetry or horror stories about small towns in Maine, and I've had more than enough of both. I didn't mean the thing about the fishing trip. I think it'll be nice once this is all over. Uncle Red and me, we get along. He's teaching me to play chess right now. Oh God, I want to get out of here so bad. I wish there were more of us here. Not just Mom and me and Uncle Red, but others from the tribe. Or even better, that we could just move to the trailer park. But no, that's impossible. Because you know, there's this big disagreement in the tribe, and nobody talks to anybody anymore. I know someone did something bad to someone else like 40 years ago. I think it had to do with my grandfather, but that was like 40 years ago. You'd think they'd be over it by now. What's wrong with people? Why can't they just work it out? Mom tried many times, but she always came home crying her eyes out. She gave up years ago. And Uncle Red never talks about any of them. Just goes all quiet and serious whenever someone mentions their names. I mean, I like Uncle Frank and Uncle Joe. They're a bit gross, but kind of funny. And old Joseph is pretty cool too. He's good at telling stories, even though he gets pretty long-winded at times. Just don't get it. We're family. We should be able to at least talk to each other.
Safe travels.
A mad dog won't raise any pups. So my pop used to say. Yeah, I never saw myself as the fathering kind, despite sitting in as Santa for as many Kingsmouth Christmases as I can count. That's more gut than paternal instinct, in every way. But when Ami's parents died, her mother went too early, but natural. Her father was murdered by bad men. Left it for me to bring her up right. Her brothers too, Frank and Joe. 1 out of 3. It could have been worse, I guess. Don't mean to say I favored her, but she was special. Had my brother's gift to channel the voice of our ancestors. She just needed encouraging. What was left of the tribe, of her family, they wanted no more to do with tradition. We're no longer on speaking terms, us and them, and mostly that suits me just fine. I'm spoiled for company. But it was never easy for Ami. Responsibility sure is a sack of rocks, even in better times. Better times, relatively speaking. Weighed her down half her life. Sure am proud of her. I guess this old dog's not all mad after all. All our legends and traditions speak of watching over this land, of suffering the hardships. Not a lot of bridges in these parts for water to go under. There's a whole lot of slights and hurt that never got sounded out, never really left this place. My brother got himself killed for it, and could be that was some kind of mercy. Bearing a purpose is a big, heavy weight. The purpose passed on to his daughter, Ami, and the tribe turned her out for her troubles. Well, that was half a lifetime ago. Part of me thought what's happening now was gonna happen then. The storm clouds had gathered and all. Moral of the story is, evil's one tricky son of a gun. Man doesn't write romances for a reason, the miserable bastard. We got bets on him coming out of this one with a story about saving the day, maybe with an empowered Native American squeeze, too. You won't find him setting foot outside the old lighthouse. I'd just slide his food and booze under the door until he got his hands on a rifle. Now I leave it out of range, and he can bill me if it goes bad. How all of them escaped the fog, I don't know. I'd like to think there's rhyme and reason to it all, but I suspect it's just pure awful luck.
Welcome.
Visual tracking initiated.
over, man. Game over.
Local bounty detected. Initiated.
Nice to finally have some visitors.